for someone that's enrolled to study the bachelor's degree with the honors, is there a component of industry placement, practical internship, whatever you want to call it, where they actually are not just sitting in the school and actually doing work with the industry? And
Yes.
if it is, can you please tell us what semester, how long it is, and how does Massey help them?
Sure. Yeah. So this, we call it as practicum, whereas, sometimes it is referred to as internship or industry placement. Now, it is compulsory for our students to do 800 hours of practicum. And this is done in two tranches, so in two parts. So at the end of the second year, they would then go into the industry for their placement. And usually it would be about 400 hours. And then they do the second one at the end of the third year. So a total of 800 hours. And it is actually a strict requirement for the student to be awarded the degree.
So does Massey help find those places where these students
Yes.
are going to be working, doing the practicums?
Yes. So what happens is, first of all, we have relationship with industries who take our students for practicum every year. And then, of course, there are new companies who come on board every year. So as soon as we know about these placements that are available, we have a community site, which is an online forum where we post all the information and we broadcast it to all the students so they can then look at that information and apply themselves.
Thank you. That really helps. And does this also apply to the master's programs? Do they have these practicum components, industry contact, whatever you want to call it, in the master's programs as well?
No, it is not a requirement for the master's program. However, let's say when they are doing a research project as part of their master's, that project can be an industry-based project. Right? And if it is an industry-based and an industry-sponsored project, then obviously the student would be visiting the industry quite frequently and often working full-time in the industry for that research project.
Okay.
Now, what happens is Massey has fantastic facilities in terms of workshops. We have a complete food pilot plant, which is the largest food pilot plant in any educational institute in the southern hemisphere of the world.
Let's talk about those premier facilities that we were talking about. And I was surfing the website and I kind of happened to look at the food characterization lab, which I was looking for. Like, this looks really interesting. The food pilot program and the microbrewery. Yeah. So talk to us about these facilities that you just mentioned are one of the kind in the country.
Right. So, for example, the food pilot plant that we have, it is actually a factory by itself. Maybe it is not at the scale, where, you produce millions of, items, but it is a complete factory by itself with all the equipment and instruments, that is required to produce a food item.
So is that where the students are actually working? Like, is that where they're learning the practical end of their work?
That's right. So they also have to undertake projects where they, for example, the food product technology students, they will come up with a new product. So once they conceive the product, then they, of course, have to make it on a small scale. So they can run their trials in the food pilot plant. And it would basically replicate an actual industry. In fact, our food pilot plant is very frequently used by industry as well. So even people outside, when they have a new product to bring to the market, they use our facilities to produce it.
Brilliant. Yeah. Brilliant. Thank you. And then talk to me about you've talked about the plant. Talk to me about the microbrewery. I'm really interested in that as well.
As the name suggests, it's a brewery, and we brew our own beer as well.
That's fantastic.
And so look, it is a food process, right? Even to make beer, you have to go through a process. So this entire process, the facilities are available in-house for us. And students actually learn it, how these things are done. They themselves, plan the process.
Mainly being used by the bachelor students, or is it the master students as well?
By all. Bachelors as well as master students.
Oh, well, hopefully when I can visit your campus, I may be able to taste some of your locally brewed beers, isn't it?
Absolutely. You are most welcome anytime.
Thank you.